With 2024 just around the corner, here are four things not only approved by yours truly, but by my therapist and was actually recommended by my therapist. These will be strategies that I will be implementing throughout the year so I can make myself more productive and just keep the routine going for me to flow. And trust me, it's not the same wake up and run 15 miles before you start your day type of thing. These are things that are more practical and a lot easier to do. The first thing I'm going to be doing is waking up at the same time every day. And if it's early, the better. My therapist has suggested for me to wake up the same time every day since I told him that I was just waking up sporadically whenever I wanted. Waking up every day at the same time helps you stay in a routine and stay on that same schedule. You build that routine and it just helps you stay on track. And come on, we all have the same mentality. The weekends are for you to unwind, sleep in, and just do what you want. But by waking up at 10 a.m., 11, 12 p.m., sometimes even 1 o'clock, I made it so hard for myself to wake up early on Mondays to get to work. By waking up at the same time every day, I am now helping my body to be able to just wake up on its own. And now, by it becoming second nature, I don't have to struggle to wake up on Monday mornings, Tuesday mornings to get up to work. Instead of feeling rushed every morning to get to work just at the nick of time, now you can actually de-stress and have a good morning routine. Emphasis on the routine part. By creating a routine in the mornings, now you're able to do things that are a little bit more enjoyable instead of dragging your feet to get out of bed. You can enjoy a cup of coffee, wash your face, you can watch the sunrise. I mean, man, the possibilities are endless. But the fact of the matter is, you can enjoy these things by waking up early, giving yourself enough time to accomplish what you have to do before leaving your house or wherever to get to work. And speaking on getting to work on time, here comes my next point. Have the time visible for your eyes. This can be so simple as just having a watch with you or placing a clock on the wall. Having a more accurate sense of time now lets me know how much time I have to do what I have to do. And one investment that I made to have the time with me everywhere I go is an Apple Watch. It gives me the time just literally on my wrist. And a regular watch will work, of course. But one thing is, don't rely on your phone to tell the time. Because if you look at your phone, you look at that screen and now you're opening that habit of scrolling through TikTok, opening up your Instagram or reading the messages that have been sent. And now that's just doing quite the opposite, which is decreasing your productivity because now you're just glued to your phone. And it made sense whenever my therapist suggested that to not look at my phone for time because now I'm looking at my phone less and not wandering off and clicking on Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok, whatever, because I don't have all that information. Now, mind you, your Apple Watch does give you all that info, but maybe it won't open Snapchat or it can't scroll through TikTok. What I did is I turned off all notifications that go straight to my watch. The only thing that I do receive is text messages from my wife. And that should be self-explanatory. But even text messages from anybody else, I don't receive because I don't want to distract myself with that. So disabling the notifications that aren't a priority on your smartwatch is actually a tip within tip number 2. The other thing you can do is place digital clocks or analog clocks along your house, different rooms, or anywhere. The point of having the time displayed everywhere is so you can always have an accurate sense of time. So now you know if you have an appointment at 2, you can just look literally anywhere along your house to see that, oh crap, I got 10 minutes to get there. I know this might sound oxymoronic, but knowing the time will help you manage your time better. And being able to manage your time leads me into point number 3. Time your tasks. I spoke with my therapist about how long it takes me to do chores around the house or even to complete my work at my job. And then nobody told me. He said to pretty much just time myself doing certain things. Time myself to wash dishes, time myself to change a tire, to wash clothes, to clean the restroom, whatever. The point of it is to time yourself so you can have a better sense of time on how long it takes you to do certain things. So now imagine this scenario. You're planning your day out and you have 4 things to do, but you give yourself, oh, okay, I can do all of these things within an hour. But in reality, each task is taking you over 30 minutes. That's not 1 hour, that's 2 hours. You might think that you are doing these tasks really quickly, but in reality, you're doing it a lot slower than how you perceive it. So now with timing yourself, you can really visually see how long you're taking to do these things. Now you're minimizing the amount of buffer that you have to put in when you're spacing out your tasks. And again, smartwatch to the rescue. With one tap, I can time myself. And now knowing how long it takes me to wash the dishes, now I set a timer for, let's say, 30 minutes. And now I only give myself those 30 minutes to wash all these dishes. Instead of giving myself a infinite amount of time, now I'm restricting myself to only those 30 minutes, and I'm making myself more efficient to hurry up and get the task done. And now I'm realizing that these past 3 tips have all just been revolving around time, but how useful can that be if you don't remember to do what you have to do? Well, I got the solution for you, buddy. My therapist recommended me using the Reminders app on my iPhone. I set reminders up of having to go grocery shopping, and then I put the exact groceries that I have to pick up, or remind myself to go check the mail. The Reminders app is a little bit boring, so I did find this other app called TickTick. Don't get it confused with TikTok. No, because that's not going to make you productive whatsoever. TickTick is just like the Reminders app, but the pro version almost. You can customize it to your liking and set as many reminders as you want, and you can even add notes to those reminders. I'm a very forgetful person, so having an app like that pretty much sets everything that I have to do in a set schedule and reminds me just helps me out tremendously. Instead of having all this information in my brain at once, trying to remember dates, appointments, things I must do after this, whatever, now it's just my phone reminding me, and punctually. Because if you're like me, you might still remember what you have to do, but it's once you set foot inside your home and you're done. Instead of going back out and driving and having to go to the grocery store or go to the mailbox or whatever, you're already inside your home. Why would you want to leave? So this helps you because it's punctual, it's consistent, and it sets it at the times that you need it to be reminded. And shout out to my therapist for putting me on the Reminders app, even though I do use TickTick. This just helps lessen the amount of things that go on in my brain constantly. Well, I did forget to mention that I have ADHD, and my therapist was helping me out with my attention deficit disorder and my hyperactivity. So in helping me, he gave me these 4 things, these 4 tips. And honestly, I've just been using them here and there. But in 2024, I am definitely going to implement this in my day-to-day basis. 2023 was such a year, and I want to improve 2024 with this. I want this year to be productive. I want to see the heights that I can get to with just these 4 simple things. And again, this isn't like super impossible tasks or anything so demanding. It's stuff that's so simple and technology that more than likely you already have, or technology that's been around since the dawn of time, which is time itself, a clock, a circular thing that tells you, hey, it's this time. But these little things that we take for granted, like a watch, a clock, or a Reminders app, can really help us out in the long run. By lessening the amount of things your brain has to process and remember or think of, you're making it be more efficient on the task that you have at hand. It might sound weird to say, but the less that I have to use my brain for these small tasks, the more productive I am with whatever it is that I have to do. My brain just feels like it's running 24/7, and I do talk about that in the previous video that I made about my ADHD and how TikTok diagnosed me with a mental disorder, so give that a watch. And in discovering that I have ADHD, I fell down the wormhole of being more productive. I go more in depth about it in my video, but I didn't want to be on medication, and this is the route that I took, and these 4 tips have helped me out tremendously. And I've decided to use these 4 tips religiously throughout 2024 to max myself out and to be the best version that I can be of myself, and to once and for all conquer my ADHD. Thank you guys for watching. Hope the tips help. Bye-bye.